Hello friends, it's the first week of November here in beautiful southern Indiana. Even more beautiful than usual. The magnificent splendor of the fall colors is on full display. Let's head out into it and see if we can find any mushrooms. Come on. Aha! Here's some mushrooms. Some very, very scary mushrooms. Jack-o'-lantern mushrooms. I'm not going to spend too much time on these. We just covered these in the Halloween special, but this is a very scary, highly toxic mushroom that glows in the dark, especially in the fertile surface. This is the exact same stump where I found those ones that really resembled Chanterelle mushrooms quite a bit. They were damaged in their growth and had more of a frilly, floral looking cap, and they were just a cluster of 2 mushrooms. This is a more normal cluster, big clusters of many mushrooms and multiple clusters. Do look out for those. Now that they're kind of drying out and turning brown, they kind of resemble the honey mushrooms as well. And both the honey mushrooms and the jack-o'-lantern will have a white spore print, so do be careful. All right, let's keep moving, see if we can find any more mushrooms. Let's go. Don't see anything yet. Oh, looks like we got some mail in the mailbox. Let's go take a look. Yep. Okay, we got a message from Pat, a frequent hiker of the Mendocino coast in Northern California. He's found what he thinks are some chicken of the woods growing on eucalyptus trees. He's not sure, and he's wondering if they do in fact taste like chicken, and if they're good or bad for the tree. Great questions, Pat. Here are the photos. So yeah, those look a lot like the Western hardwood sulfur shelf or the California chicken. If you want to learn more about the chicken of the woods mushroom, I just made a video about the 6 types of chicken of the woods that grow in the United States. You can check that out. They kind of taste like chicken. They more resemble chicken in their texture and color. They have a nice meaty texture, but their flavor is more like a mild mushroomy flavor with a bright citrusy note. But they taste as much like chicken as any mushroom could, I guess, as any other mushroom that's out there. And as far as being good or bad for the... Oh, there goes the fox. My nemesis. Well, okay, so anyway, it's kind of a wash as far as being good or bad for the tree. They are not a parasite decomposing the living material of the tree, and they are not a mycorrhizal fungi sharing and exchanging nutrients with the tree. They're just a saprophyte decomposing already dead material. So you could argue that they are having a negative effect on the tree by hollowing it out, making it more susceptible to breakage. But you could also argue that it is decomposing that wood material, making those nutrients bioavailable for the next generation of trees. And it's good in that way. So it is kind of a wash. So thank you, Pat, for sending that in. Let's go look for some more mushrooms. Oh, that little sneaky jerk. Let's see if we can catch it really quick. I ran right down the hill and right behind that stump down here. I probably won't be able to capture it. Yeah, it's gone. It ran down here somewhere. Oh, I don't have time for a fox hunt right now, but do need to find that fox's den at some point. maybe we can find it on this mushroom hunt. So this little red fox has been decimating my chicken flock in a way that's never happened before. I've got some video of it, but it's really from far away. It's pretty sneaky. Started off with 9 chickens in the spring, and now we're down to 2 chickens who are so traumatized they won't even come out of the coop. But yeah, on average we usually lose like maybe 1 or 2 in a year. Sometimes they just die in the coop. Sometimes the red-tailed hawk gets them, but I've never had a problem like this, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do. So here's what's left of Olive. Killed 3 chickens in 2 days, and then another 3 chickens over the course of a month. Here's what's left of Bessie. So yeah, I need to find that den before I do anything. But I digress. Enough chicken talk. Let's talk about the mushrooms. Here's some mushrooms. Got some little baby ones coming out right here. That is the spreading brown cup fungus, or layered cup. This has kind of a white, almost fuzzy under surface that you can kind of rub off like that. Cup fungi are very different from other fungi. Often kind of rubbery, or gelatinous, often very tough, and unlike other fungi, it is the top surface that is the fruiting surface where the spores come out of, and not the underside. So yeah, that's a cool one. You can find it any time of the year. You can find these all over the temperate areas of the world, and it is not toxic, but said to be inedible. I see some mushrooms down here on this log. So this is a complete rarity. A mushroom growing on a black locust log. Black locust, big furrowy bark, compound leaves with little round leaflets, big bean pods, super rot resistant wood. In fact, this is what I use to build my garden. It's the most rot resistant hardwood out there. So far it's held up really well, 6 years I guess, even in the limb holes and the splits, and where I joined 2 pieces together. It's holding up super great, no rotting at all. But this, it's hard to tell, this looks like a white cheese polypore. They can kind of get these indentations when they get old. Not an edible fungus. It is a fall mushroom, one that comes out and will be polypore shaped, but super squishy at first, and it can kind of get kind of yellow around the edge. Does kind of look like a nice brie or camembert. But yeah, not an edible fungus. But that is a rarity. Let's keep going. Another bioluminescent fungus, Pinellus stypticus, the bitter oyster, maybe the most glowy and the darky mushroom in the forest. Let's get out the black light and see. You can see those gills glowing bright greenish yellow. A very bitter, inedible mushroom, but very cool. If I came out here in the dark, I would very likely be able to find this stick in the darkness. All right, let's continue. We've got a whole host of resinous polypore mushrooms, or the late fall polypore. And these have been nibbled on quite a bit by the deer and other animals. Here's what they look like when they first emerge. They'll just look like that, a little kind of plaque, often on the underside or the side of a decomposing log, a hardwood log. If you catch them when they're young and fresh and watery, they are a delicious, rather undersung, underappreciated edible mushroom. These mushrooms, especially when young, will ooze an amber liquid. It's not really a sticky resin, however, it's just kind of a watery amber liquid. It's kind of dirty water. Probably why it's underappreciated with a name like resinous polypore. It doesn't sound very appetizing. So maybe I should start referring to it as the late fall polypore. Or better still, the steak of the woods. Absolutely delicious. Very meaty. You do want to eat these right away though. They don't preserve or keep very well in the fridge. Oh, that's good. This mushroom can be found all over the world. You'll find this mushroom throughout the winter, but it will get hard and dry out after a while. They're only edible when they're just emerging, which is usually after the first cool nights in the 50s. They'll start coming out, and that's the best time to find this wonderful mushroom. Ichnoderma resinosum, late fall polypore. That's a good one. All right, let's continue down the trail. Oh, you see some big white mushrooms here. Are they growing from the ground or from this beach limb? Oh, well, that looks like an oyster to me. Let's see. Uh-oh. Huh. Let me see something here. I don't see any buried wood there. Very strange. Yeah, it's a lot of mycelium. So that's absolutely an oyster mushroom. It has the smell, it has the shape. You will always find these on dead wood and trees. This is the first time I've ever seen them growing up from the ground. So that's kind of an anomaly, a bit of a mystery. But maybe I shouldn't be surprised. Oyster mushrooms are some of the most vigorously growing mushrooms. That's why they use their mycelium to make building materials and furniture and bacon and other things out of, because they can produce them so fast. And when they're cultivated, they grow on just a substrate of hay and mulch like that. So I guess it's possible, but do be careful. Big white mushrooms growing up from the ground are some of the most dangerous mushrooms out there. Don't take any chances with any big white mushrooms coming up from the soil. They could be poisonous or highly toxic if you're unsure about their identification. All right, so yeah, that was crazy. Not sure what to make of that, but better keep going. Let's go. Hi, deers. Were you coming this way? Yeah, don't mind me. I'm moving on.